Yeah, buddy! Alrighty, what's up, everybody? It is I, your hot, sexy, travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, on this hot as fuck summer Sunday, June the 22nd, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the very hot main channel, Killer of Demons 66. It's hot. 9. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down there inside of my hot pants. Otherwise known as the description marks below on this channel and my other channels down below. Show your love and support to those channels as well. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't leave stupid comments because you'll get sent to the fiery pits of hell. Place in an Iron Maiden and Satan will eat your soul. So please don't do that. Be respectful. If not, go to your dead channel that nobody even gives two fucks about. And, make boring as fuck community posts from 10 years ago. Horrible. No life fucking versions right there. But I digress. But anyway, leave a comment on the video if you like. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you will get sent back to the fiery pits of hell. Because you are SOL. You, fat boy, you're SOL. And you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, well, Satan and everybody else will tell you. Or just slap you in the face until you look it up yourself. Lazy fucks. And that's it. So once again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We got water to the left, hot chicks in thong bikinis to the right. But only for me. You can't have any because they're mine. Mine! So grab yourself, welcome to the party, pal. If you're here for the first time, grab yourself your own little cold one. So I got Coke Zero here. And, put your feet up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, like I said, go fuck yourself. Go drown in your own pool. Before I care. And, we got that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the first, well, not the first full weekend, but, well, it is the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, so, it is, the third day of, well, really the second full day of summer, because summer started late Friday night, which is unheard of, but, anyway, it's the summer. It feels like fucking August right now. It is as of right now, it's 5 o'clock here in the afternoon here in New York City, the hotbed of America. 91 degrees. It feels like 135 here. It feels like Phoenix. But, I mean, I'm trying to stay cool with, the cold one, some water, some little tonic water because my legs are cramping up a little bit. We got the air conditioner cranking. I mean, it's insane. But, we were supposed to go out with my folks tonight, but, it's too hot. As much as we go to a nice air-conditioned restaurant, we're playing it safe this weekend. We're just staying in tonight. Gonna watch some, Mets baseball, because they destroyed the Filthies last night, 11-4, in between Donald Trump telling us that, the United States sticking their nose in places we don't belong, dropping those bombs on those dumb fucks in Iran, and now we have an emergency meeting at the UN. All these stupid, idiots talking. Oh, we're gonna go there. I don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. I kind of agree, but supposedly Israel's our friend. You know how Donald Trump loves Benjamin Netanyahu. So if Iran wants to fuck around and find out what the United States are all about, they deserve to get their fucking nuclear sites destroyed by B-2 bombers with those gigantic missiles that can go down and blow those tunnels, those idiots that live in like 6,000 feet below the Earth's surface. See you in hell! So, but it looks like, the way it is, Iran kind of retaliated this morning in Israel and someone else is new. But do we need to go? Did the U.S. really need to stick its nose in? Not really. But you know, that's what the U.S. is all about. We stick their nose in to places we don't belong, but we still come out the winner. Except for Vietnam, but it's another story for another time. Vietnam! If you're, Forrest Gump, tell us about the war, man. You mean the war in Vietnam? The war in Vietnam! Great movie, by the way. But yeah. So, hopefully this doesn't lead to World War III and, global nuclear thermal war, missiles coming to the United States of America. Hopefully not. We don't need that shit. We don't need another 9/11 here in New York City, you know what I mean? We're in D.C. We're in Virginia. None of that shit from 2001. We don't need that shit anymore. But, we'll see what happens, as we go into July, into the summer months. But channel. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, besides that, the Mets won 11-4. They sent down Francisco Alvarez because he can't hit, even though he hit a bomb last night. Big fucking whoop. But the 7-game losing streak of the Mets is over thanks to a bird. Okay, we got a new mascot. Instead of Grimace, we got a bird now. Not the bird, Frankie doing a bird, But we'll see what happens tonight. Final game of the 3-game series on ESPN. See what happens tonight with David Peterson on the mound. Hopefully gets back to his epic ways. And Mets are tied right now with the Phillies, even though we have the head-to-head. We have the first place because of head-to-head. So we'll see what happens tonight. And then we got JD's Braves, who swept us, this past week. Yeah, I know JD's getting a hard-on from that. A little very tiny one, but, because he has a small cock. But, But, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens tonight. And Yankees, I believe, won this morning, actually. They played an 11:30 game, and I think they won. Who cares? Who cares? They play the Orioles. Who gives a shit? The Orioles stink. Sorry to talk about, they stink. And you know that by now. Not many great teams in Baltimore. The Wizards suck. The Ravens choke in the playoffs. The Orioles just stink it up. They get hot and they stink. Nothing ever good came out of Baltimore. Even though my other brother from another mother lives around that area, but we're pretty much Virginia area, but whatever. But I digress on that. Alright, enough about that. Boo, Funky. We also got Game 7, Jesus Christ, of the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Pacers series. Who knew that would go 7 tonight? Go 7. Well, somebody's going to win the NBA title tonight. I want the Thunder to win tonight because it's in OKC, so. And Halliburton supposedly is going to play even though he's injured, I think with an ankle injury or leg injury or some shit. It's going to be exciting tonight. Exciting. Can't wait. Good shit. We know what else is good shit? Talking about professional wrestling. And, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend so far. And the first and final week of June, but the first full week of summer is going to be hitting us. So as we go into the end of this month, and going into that great month of the bombastic July, it is time on this Sunday afternoon, June the 22nd, 2025. My name is Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. One sexy beast, and your tribal god, your undefeated, undisputed, unified, extreme champion of the world. Say, yeah, I went to Japan and beat the fuck out of those fuckers. Nobody can beat me there. Nobody can beat me here, so the only person that can beat me is Rosa in the bedroom. But I digress. She was born in East LA. No, she was born in the USA, but you can't prove that she wasn't. Fuck you. And but yeah, keep posting videos from like 11 years ago, and nobody actually gives two fucks about it anymore. With some douche fuck in the UK, nobody gives a fuck about him anymore. He's pretty much irrelevant. Probably dead. Who cares? I whipped his ass a long time ago. That's why he's irrelevant. After the prophecy gets done, gets done with you, you're irrelevant for pretty much the rest of your life. So keep going. Keep going, because pretty soon you won't be around it for much longer. Your channels will go, and you will go too. Says so in my short that I made yesterday with the Emperor. The Impressive Skywalker, strike me down, and your descent to the dark side will be complete. But if you don't join the prophecy, you will die. Okay. Moving on with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this hot Sunday, it is time for your hot and heavy WWE Smackdown review. Alright. From the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know, kind of, I don't know if he still lives there, but I think they live in Vegas now. Mr. Rob Van Dam put 2 kids in Katie Ford's pussy. Pretty much. Yeah, God bless RVD and Katie Forbes are gonna have twin girls. Oh, you're gonna love that, RVD. When they become 18. Not even 18, 13. RVD's gonna have a field day. I mean, good luck to him and Katie. So, Katie Forbes might. Love you, Katie. Always follows me on Twitter. She does, religiously. She loves me. You know what else loves me? Mina Shirakawa. Thank you so much for the retweet. And no, people don't retweet me. Oh, it's fake, yeah. It's... do I need to show the proof again, like I showed Rosemary's proof that the prophecy is real? I think I might. It's a fake account! Go to the account as a checkmark, moron. Blue checkmark. People just have no fucking lives and just no proof. Alright, so Grand Rapids, Michigan, the Van Andel Arena for Smackdown. An epic freaking Smackdown. Probably one of the best of this year. We've had a lot this year. This one, not even last night, Friday night, so good. And I think we all know why. A certain guy named John Cena dropping that Pipebomb. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Alright, more of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. We got the semifinals to talk about. The first part of the semifinals. Next week is the Go Home show in Saudi Arabia. Not live, obviously. But they are taping the July 4th edition of SmackDown, which is a 2-hour show in Saudi Arabia. So, 2 taped shows this week and next week. And then we go back to live 2-hour action July the 11th. Back in the States, of course. Back to the good old USA, to America. Alright, so speaking of Americans, well, one great American, that's Joe Tessitore on commentary, along with his guy, the man from England, the great man that he is. There's not that many great people, but he's one of them. He's my good friend who plays like a mean electric twanger. Bad news, Weed Ballot. And Joe, I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Alright, let's get into this epic show. Let's not waste any time. I got a couple more videos coming down the pipe a little bit later. Collision tonight. TNA Ring of Honor will probably do sometime tomorrow. Because I did watch everything this week. I didn't watch Collision live because I was watching a Met game. So, sorry. But I do have it on my DVR and I watched it this morning. Decent show. Not great, but decent. But Moxley taking on AR Fox. Why? Then he cuts a promo on Hangman. Big fucking whoop. And then Swerve beats Shane Taylor. Ugh. I mean, they're really doing bad stuff with Shane Taylor promotions. For a guy like a big man, and I met the guy, Shane Taylor, the last time they were actually relevant, besides Lee Moriarty he is still the Ring of Honor pure champion. Because that belt never gets defended, like everything else in Ring of Honor these days. Shane Taylor promotion is pretty much right now. Infantry, Cody Bravo, and the captain, Sean Dean, last time they were actually relevant was they were 6-man tag team champions, I believe. Same thing with Shane Taylor. And he was one of the longest, well, I didn't say the longest, but one of the longest reigning TV champions in Ring of Honor history. before Ring of Honor turned to Tony Khan crap. But yeah, Swerve beat him, like, it's Swerve, but, you know. You gotta make him face a gargantuan like Shane Taylor could beat Swerve in his sleep. Well, that's the way, you know, that's the way Tony Khan booking is. It's fantastic! But what's up about Collision? Like, alright, so we start off Smackdown with, we're inside the arena. Alright, then we start off with Eli Drake. That's not an insult, my friends. That's a fact of life. Yeah! Alright, so he comes out, and he's pretty much going to Raw pretty soon. Not that it matters. So, he's been sabotaging people in the King of the Ring tournament, meaning like Randy and, I think Solo and other people, because he wants to get his hands on Seth freaking Rollins after what him and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed did to him in the tournament, costing him the chance to actually go to the semifinals. I think it was Sami Zayn who won that match. Anyway, so it's all mad about Seth Rollins and company. So he wants Seth freaking Rollins to come out right here, right now. Well, Seth doesn't come out, but another guy who does, and that's the fake-ass fuck wise man. My name is Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen. So he comes out, you know, does his little penguin walk. Too bad Paul Heyman's, you know, didn't change his name to Oswald Cobblepot. How's up, husband? Oswald Cobblepot. Gotta love that movie. So Heyman does his usual shit. So then Eli's like, alright, get to the point, please. You know, time is money, money is time. What, you got somewhere to beat Eli? You got a mean steak waiting for you at Applebee's or some shit? I don't know. Yeah. I wonder how Eli orders his steak at Applebee's. I want a steak medium rare. Yeah. Who knows? So, alright, so Paul talks about representing, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, I am the wise man for the Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, and, you know, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, blah, 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 blah. But he's a huge LA Knight fan. Now you're capping there. Mad cap, dog cap. You know, that means lie. So yeah, you're capping there, you know, kissing Eli's ass. Yeah, then he gets a yeah. Then it says Seth Rollins has allowed him to say to Eli that as a favor, it is time for Eli to get out of town. Well, where's he gonna go? Back to Raw? Well, never mind. He's gonna go to Raw. Either that or something bad is gonna happen to him before the end of the night. Usually does. So Eli calls Paul a grifter. Somebody called David Copperfield, you know. I'm a grifter, I was born to walk alone. Damn, I'm having visions of Tawny Katane, God rest her mighty soul. Grinding on that fucking Jaguar. You gotta love the 80s. If you hate the 80s, fuck you, man. Because all you fuckers were born pretty much in the worst decade ever, the 90s, next to, you know, well, grunge, pretty much. The only thing about the 90s that was good was grunge. Where did that go? 4 years and gone. Pretty much after Kurt Cobain shot himself in the head, sadly, grunge went bye-bye. And then the resurgence of the new age of British heavy metal, and new age of metal pretty much came around with, well, really new metal came out with Limp Dick Bizkit and Creed and Nickelback. You gotta love Nickelback, and you don't like Nickelback, fuck you. I love Nickelback and Creed, I don't give a shit. I'm proud to say that. And Disturbed, and so many other great bands you know and love. Like, well, not in the 90s, but I was gonna say in this moment, but they didn't come out till 2005. And Lamb of God came around that time too. Another great band you should say hello to. Alright, so basically, Eli calls Heyman a grifter and a leech who bleeds everyone dry, pretty much. And right now, it's me and Seth. And I don't care, I don't even give two fucks who's next, basically. So, Rollins still doesn't come out. probably banging Becky Lynch in the back. Who knows? So Eli's like, well, since Seth won't come out, later on tonight, it's going to be me versus you, fat boy. And Paul's like, I'm just an advocate. You're not an advocate. You're just a wise man. Says, and then Eli's like, I'm going to turn my back, Paul. You can even get a free shot to the nuts. So Heyman's like, no, I'm going to bail to the floor like a little bitch. Then he reiterates that his warning about something bad's going to happen to Eli later in the night. And that's not a spoiler prediction, that's a spoiler. And then Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, who knew they were going to come out like 5 minutes later. So they get in, they beat the crap out of Eli. Bronson throws him into the timekeeper's area. Hey, watch it. Calm down. I don't, Wade Barrett's going to, do some commentary with me later. Calm down. So they get in the ring, take Eli down again. Actually, I read that wrong. Alright, so I throw him into the timekeeper's area. But Eli gets a little bit smart, because he's a smart man. He's no dummy, yeah. Grabs a chair, fights back, and clears the ring, basically, of them. So maybe we'll get some type of match out of this, but we get that. But, just like Eli is just, people saying, oh, they screwed up Eli's push after he lost the belt, or after he lost the U.S. title. I wouldn't say he lost momentum. He's just lost in the shuffle, pretty much. He's just mid-card for life right now. If he goes to Raw, who cares? He's going to be the IC title picture, but... I'd rather see him maybe get the IC title from, maybe Sheamus. Or Dom Dom. Or maybe, like I said, AJ or Dom Dom, whoever has that belt by that time. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that first segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. We're off and running on a hot Smackdown. Alright, after that, let's get into the semifinals, the first part of the semifinals, in the Queen of the Ring semifinals. We got two former Women's World Champions. We got Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, taking on, she's back, came back last week, won her first round match, she had to get some help from Mommy Rhea Ripley, and that's my first amazingly hot Asian wife. You know her, you love her, you can't get enough of her. If you watch my short on my Peter Joseph channel, you know about that. Thank you for watching, by the way. And that is the woman from Japan, my lover. Oh, I love her so much. Asuka! Nobody is ready for Asuka! But I am, and my dick is too. But we get that. Alright, great match from two former champions that have met before. I think Asuka has a couple more wins over Alexa than Alexa does over Asuka. But anyway, pretty decent match. It's also with Lexi hits a running shoulder, and then Asuka's like, gets up like, you bitch, you're gonna go, no sushi for you. Here you go. Oh, sorry. Alright, so Asuka gets mad, and then you see Lexi like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. So Lexi grabs the leg instead, that injured leg. Then there's a basement dropkick taking Asuka down, but Asuka comes right back with a running shot of her own. Lexi gets knocked off the apron. Ow. We go to early picture-in-picture break. Come right back. Lexi breaks out of the Asuka lock. Excuse me. And it's a running flippy-dippity-doo backsplash for a near fall. Asuka comes right back with the running knee of doom for a near fall. And then Lexi comes back, tries to go for Sister Abigail, TDT. Asuka countered that into a fruit roller for a near fall. Then a buzzsaw kick from hell. Holy shit, look like Alexa's freaking brains splattered all over Michigan. But, Lexi somehow kicked out of that. She comes back with a regular DDT for a near fall. Then she goes up top for a Twisted Bliss. Goes for it, and then she saw Asuka. I don't know if Asuka was getting up, but she just, stopped. And then she came down, and then said something to Asuka. And then Asuka grabs something like the Rings of Saturn. Something I haven't seen since her Japan days. Holy shit. I'm trying to break Lexi in half. Somehow Lexi gets out of that. And then Asuka tries for her new move called the Empress Impact. That gets blocked, and Lexi hits a running corner drop kick. Then she goes up top again, goes for Twisted Bliss a second time, but this time Asuka got her knees up, and then locks in the Empress attack. Empress Impact. And Lexi, bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. My wifey goes to the finals, where she will either face Jade Cargill, or who did she face? Roxanne Perez. So either one I would love for Asuka to face. It would be a great finals. And hopefully we get Queen Asuka. Not Empress Asuka anymore. Queen Asuka. Oh, that just rolls off the tongue. Yeah. You know, someone else rolls off the tongue of Asuka. Tasty. Alright, so just about 9.5 minute match. Great match. 3.25 out of 5 stars. Asuka's in the finals, and now she has to wait for Jade or Roxanne Perez. I believe this Monday night on Raw, that match is. Could be wrong, maybe it's next week. I don't know. Alright, so we got that. Alright, move on. Moving along. We move along. Alright, look at my notes. And alright, speaking of Jade Cargill, we see her in the back. She's watching the whole match. And then Byron Foxton comes in, that idiot. Wait, let me just make sure if I can go past my notes. No, I was right. Alright, so Byron Foxton comes in, talks to Jade about, Asuka's big, impressive win. And Jade's like, ooh, Asuka, pretty impressive. Alright, she's ready for Asuka. Well, I don't know about that. So Jade's also ready for Roxy in the semifinals on Monday, so it is on Raw, okay? Because Roxy is still proving herself. Technically, yes. But she says Asuka's a different story, but the tournament was made for a woman who can take the crown. She's walking into Reign, and, yeah. Because it lasted a long time. It felt rehearsed. Live show rehearsed. I forgot my line. Okay, Matt Riddle, I forgot my line. I hated that when, he's cutting the promo. Asuka like, oh, great to see him. Oh, great to see you, Matt Riddle-san. How you doing? How you doing today? We're gonna go for sushi later. And Matt Riddle's like, never mind. And Asuka just stands there like, embarrassed. One, embarrassed. Two, what the fuck just happened? And Matt Riddle got a major heat for that. So it was on live TV. How do you fuck up your line? No wonder he got sent home. Not sent home. Bye-bye. Where was Matt Riddle now? MLW, I think. I don't know where he is. Bro. Wait, well, the only good thing that Matt Riddle has in his life is his hot porn star wife. That's the only good thing about him. I met the guy many times. Well, because he used to come, he did Evolve, of course. He, did a couple of indie shows here in my neck of the woods. Bro. Good guy. I think. Oh yeah, he was former tag team champions with my good buddy Mike Verna. Briefly, he was tag team champions because they lost it at the same fucking show. They won it early in the day, then the night show they lost it. I'm like, why give them the belts then? But big ups to my boy Mike Verna, the Superman. Great theme, by the way. Big Met fan too. See, I don't know wrestlers. I know a lot of people. Because you know why? Because I'm a very important Peter. I'm Mr. VIP, of course. You wish you were. Alright, moving on. Alright, after that, we go to Chelsea Green. She mocks Lexi for her loss to Asuka. And then Horseface Charlotte Flair comes in, the queen. Basically threatens to take Chelsea out later in the night, which becomes a match later on. So Lexi says, I don't need your help, Horseface Charlotte Flair. And then Charlotte's like, well, I wasn't even gonna give you any fucking help. Damn bitch. So, I still think we're gonna get a Lexi Charlotte feud. Why? Alright, moving on with that. So I give that, both promos I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the ring we go. Hey, he's not hurt anymore. It's Kit Wilson. Kit Strong. He's back after basically he Coolio fucked him up on main event. I think it was this past week or last week, I forget. But anyway, Kit Wilson's in and well, we were supposed to have a match with Tommy and that's Mr. Zelina Vega, Aleister Black. But as Aleister made his way to the ring, he stopped because our fool, Ron Killings comes in and beats the fuck out of Kit Wilson for no apparent reason. Locks in the STF. What are you doing, Ron? That's my boy, yes, boys, So, he makes Kit tap to the STF. And then he wants the mic. He's like, give me the fucking mic. So he wants John Cena, who he's facing later in the night in a non-title match, to come out here, right now. Well, Cena ain't gonna come out, on cue. So he puts Kit back in the STF, and then it took fucking Jamie freaking Noble to get him to stop. Really now? Jamie freaking Noble? The same Jamie Noble who ended Samoa Joe's 2+ year reign in Ring of Honor? That same guy? James Gibson? Really? The guy that banged Nydia back in the day? James Gibson. It would have been worse if it was like Petey Williams or the Hurricane. Well, not so much the Hurricane. Or Kurt Angle's son Jason Jordan, or Kenny Dykstra. But Jamie freaking Noble breaks this fucking thing up. Okay, I'll allow it. Alright, blah blah blah. So R-Truth goes to the back and leaves, and Alice is like, just standing there like, well, at least I get paid. Come out, like, lay down on my freaking levitating board with that epic Code Orange entrance, like walk like 5 feet, and R-Truth messes up my match. Well, you're just staying in the back and, had amazing sex with my fucking wife, Zelina Vega. Holy shit. I don't need to come out here. And I heard Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are pitching a reality show. I couldn't see that. Why don't you just do it on Twitch? They always, once in a while when Zelina Vega's on Twitch, Tommy will be in playing with their 6 million cats. And then Tommy would just do a random Instagram live. Random. I talked to him. He knows who I am. It's hard to say should we call him Tommy, or should we call him Malachi, should we call him Aleister? I personally just call him Mr. Zelina Vega. Well, Mr. Budgeon, that's his real name, Tommy Budgeon. Budgeon. And I met him when he was in I met him when he was in Fibro Wrestling, and I met him in Evolve. Pays to know people. Pays to know people who know people. People who know people are the luckiest people. Okay. Now my neighbors are probably hearing, what the fuck is going on? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I put on some Barbara for the woman, okay? Stop it. You know how Rosa loves Barbara. Barbara. Yeah, that's right. Barbara. Shut up. Moving on. Alright, so no match there. Moving on. Alright, here we get a recap of Old Berg's return on Monday Night Raw, limping to the ring like an old 54, 55, 56-year-old carcass, setting up his match with Walter July the 12th on Saturday Night's main event for the Raw World title that'll last 3 fucking minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Alright, we got that. Alright, we're in the back now, and Ron Killings is still pissed off, and he has to be, Jamie Noble and company. He's like, hey, calm down, Ron, calm down. So basically, he wants to kill John Cena, and then the guy that pretty much had no match, Aleister Black comes in and says, "Why did you do that? Why did you get involved in my matches? Why?" And Archie says, "Hey, it had nothing to do with you." And then they, like, about to have a fight. And then Poppy Priest comes in. The voice of reason, Poppy Priest. Nothing wrong with that. He comes in and separates them. And then him and Aleister Black have a little, stare down. I paid to see that match. And then we have a little former Judgment Day reunion with Poppy and Ron Killings. And Priest's like, "What are you doing? There's no need for all that. That's what I used to do back in the day." And then, like, he's like, "Oh, you would come in and make me smile and break character and all that shit." So Poppy tells Ron, "You need to channel that aggression into your match later on against Cena. And then we're gonna go out on town and, have a few, cold ones, if you know what I mean. Hey, can I come with you guys? Nothing wrong. Me, Poppy, and, Ron. Me and Ron will talk about the TNA days. We're not gonna be talking about, getting rowdy or anything. Oh, K-Quick days. God forbid, I hate it. That was just a wasted fucking thing. K-Quick. I think it was after the New Age Outlaws broke up, K-Quick comes in and is now hanging out with, BG James, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and everything. That fizzled out real quick. And then, next thing you know, Ron Killings is in TNA, dropping pipe bombs on fucking Vince McMahon. I mean, some F-bombs, too. I mean, go watch Ron Killings' first promo in TNA, where he ripped WWE apart. Talk about a pipe bomb. Not as massive as, Punk and Cena's, but, for that time in TNA, it was just like, forget it. One of the pipe bombs, even, what was the other one? Tony Schiavone's promo in TNA. Don't you think Tony Schiavone can throw down? He laid into fucking Vince Russo. Actually, he was kissing Vince Russo's ass, basically. I don't know why you would kiss Vince Russo's ass there, Tony Schiavone, but anyway. He laid into Mike Tenay. I was like, wow. And, Tenay's heard a lot of things in TNA, especially that one with the mighty Don West. While you're at it there, Mikey, why don't you kiss Sting's ass, you prick? I was like, whoa, prick. Damn, Don, tell us how you really feel. Shit. Alright, so we'll see what happens if Troop can channel his anger into beating John Cena later on. Look at that. Alright, then it's that time, ladies and gentlemen, where we have to turn off the TV because it's Cody! MDK Cody, you bitch! No! Cody comes out to bore us half to death again. What do you want to talk about? Let's not talk at all. Because your podcast sucks, even though you had Poppy there. That's the only good thing. So basically, before he says anything, the actual good part of this segment, the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, who's facing, Cody on Raw this Monday. That's going to be a great match for them in the men's semifinals. To face either Randy Orton or Sami Zayn. That match is coming up later. So, Jey Uso comes out and does like 6 fucked out. I mean, we got 30 minutes more of yeeting. Why not? Cody's like, go ahead, Jey, go ahead. Do you feel him, sir? Alright, so finally we talk. And Jey says this Monday there's only room for one man. There's only one man who would dare to raspberry me. Lone Star. Spaceballs 2 coming out in 2027. Not The Search for Money, just Spaceballs 2. Oh, can't wait for that. Alright. So Jay knows Cody is going to bring it, and he knows this isn't personal, y'all. And with that being said, on Monday, after we go to war, best believe that it's going to be 4 letters, belching, and 1 word. Yeet. So they shake hands, code of honor, you're able to see it. And then Sami Zayn comes out, for some reason, because they're good friends with Cody. He's, we know his allegiance to Mr. Jey Uso with the bloodline. So Sami comes out, says, this is nice. This is nice. I get to share the ring with 2 of my best friends, who are the 2 of the best in the business. 2 of the best. This is a lot better than them. Anyway, Sami says, I'm the only one that have never been world champ. Probably never will, who knows. And that bothers him. So he talks about being the first one to congratulate both of them when they won their world titles. And now it's time for me to kind of pull a Cody and finish this story, Jordan. Sami Zayn's gonna finish this story, Jordan. Gonna be for the culture, for the nation. They don't like me saying it, but I'm gonna keep saying it. They know they still watch me. Anyway, moving on. One of my notes just do that. Oh, here we go. Garrett notes. All right, so Sami said, I'm gonna be world champion one day, and I'm gonna finish my story. And his opponent comes out. Randy Orton has not this voice. He comes out. I hear voices in my head. All right, so Randy comes out with his ginormous quads that can just wrap around your freaking head and kill you in an instant. I mean, I got big quads too. That's what she said. I can't wrap my frickin' quads around a chick and destroy her, but, I got something else for that. Vitamin D. So Randy comes... Why is my notes starting to... Because my computer's old as fuck. Old as shit. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's go back to Randy, please. Thank you. Alright, so Randy comes out, and, basically says, I'm going after world title number 15 by winning King of the Ring. He respects everybody, makes it clear that this isn't personal. So he talked about Sami, says Sami will be world champion one day soon, but it's not going to be at SummerSlam, because coming up, I'm going to take you out whether you like it or not. Okay. Alright, so we get that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to Randy and Sami. It rhymes. King of the Ring semifinals. The winner will go on to Saudi Arabia to face either Cody or Jay. Alright, this was a pretty good match. I mean, these guys, the whole night was just great matches. So also with Randy working on the arm, gets sent to the floor, where he has to avoid a flippy dippity-doo. Instead, Sami bounces back into the middle of the ring. Smart. And he waits for Orton to come in. He's like... So back in, Randy gets chopped to death. Woo! So he does a little Roddy Piper poke in the eye. And then Sami does it right back. And Sami sends Randy to the outside, where Randy grabs the leg, sends Sami face first into the ring apron. Ow. Then Randy does his usual back suplex on the announcer's table. Ow! Then we go to break, come back, Randy hammers away on Sami's chest, but charges right into an elbow in the corner. Sami then hits a middle rope axe handle. That connects. And then he goes for the Blue Thunder Bomb, but surprisingly that gets blocked. Randy then grabs the Hangman's DDT, hits that. They go back outside. Sami escapes another back jump on the table. This time, Orton goes onto the table. Ow. And the table did not break. I'm the table! Then he misses a charge into the ring post. Ow! Back inside the ring. Yeah, Randy misses, gets sent... No, wait, take it back. Randy gets put on the table, then misses a charge into the ring post. Ow. So they go back in, and Sammy goes for the hell of a kick, and Randy was waiting for that Gilmore cutter. And that got counted to a patented Randy power slam for a near fall. But Sammy comes right back with that blue thunder bomb that he's only won twice with in his WWE career. And Randy kicked out at 2. And then they get back up. Randy goes for the Gilmore cutter. And that gets blocked. Sammy then goes in the corner, tries for the hell of a kick. And basically runs right into the Gilmore cutter. Bang! 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton, his mother's voice, goes on to the finals. Great match. 3.25 out of 5 stars. So, Randy and his quads, not Randy Quaid, Randy Quads will face Jey Uso or Cody in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Probably be Cody, knowing how I think everything's going to be playing out, that Cody's probably going to win King of the Ring, face Cena again, probably on night 2 of SummerSlam, and lose again. I think it would be nice to see Randy and Cena go at it again, like a rematch from Backlash, or maybe be a triple threat, who knows. And then on the women, I hope it's Asuka. I mean, I wouldn't be that mad if it's Roxy or Jade, but I really want it to be Asuka. I really want it to be, because Asuka is going to face, I'm thinking Asuka is facing Io, because, I think when Asuka wins, with Queen of the Ring, she'll do some segment where she's like back with she sees Asuka and Kyrie in the back. They're all da, 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 da. And then out of nowhere, Asuka's like, "Oh fuck you, Blue Mr. Doom." And then we get those epic Japanese promos you know and love. Baka Beach, Baka Beach. You know, we get that again. I can't wait. Ugh, some more Japanese for that ace. More Japanese words I get to learn. Some ones I didn't even know. But it is what it is. Alright, so Randy and his quads get the win. 3.25 out of 5 stars. Moving on. Alright, then we go to break, we come back, it's time for Nia. Woo! Jax. Now we saw what happened last week where she basically sat her fat ass on Tiffy Tiff's titties. So she comes out. But before she could even say anything, it's Tiffy time! Daddy! Yes. You see me on TV? Yes, yes. You look great. By the way, darling, where's Marcel? I haven't seen him at the house lately. He's in, Austria, hanging out with somebody. Somebody? Sunshine? You better check his phone. He might be sliding in Charlotte's DMs. Oh boy. Yeah, what's going on with Marcel Barthel? You haven't seen him in what, like 2 months? Well, I have nothing good for him to do. Oh, that's bad. Jesus Christ. You have no feud for him? Put him back in the IC title picture now with Dom Dom. Come on now. We'll put him in a world title picture with maybe turn him face and let him beat the fuck out of Walter. Not that he's gonna win the title, but at least be something for them to do. He's just in Austria hanging out on boats with his friends. And Tiffy Tiff's just like, in America waiting for him to come back. So she can, nothing wrong with that. I mean, it should have been me. I mean, Tiffy, hit me up on, sliding my DMs, if you will. You don't need Marcel, you need a real guy. I'm just kidding. So yeah, I mean, that's bad booking by Hunter right there. But as we all know, WWE creative is uncreative about being creative. Absolutely. So anyway, Tiffy comes out. Actually, well before she even came out. Nia talks about Tiffy coming to her, asking Nia to be her mentor. And now Tiffy comes out looking great. Says Nia is like the annoying ex who won't leave her alone. Oh, I know that feeling. Believe me. Anyway, but it's okay because next week we're gonna run this back one more time for the for the Smackdown World Title, but we're gonna add a little incentive here. Last woman standing. That kind of favors Nia in a way. But I have a feeling that Tiffy's gonna somehow, someway, retain the title but get beat up anyway, and then maybe another tease from Naomi, which we get again, because they have a brawl, and then Nia knocks her down, and then Naomi comes out with the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase, tries to cash in again like she did the week before, but Nia basically cock-blocked her and says, no, no, no. I'm like, come on, Nia, really? So Tiffy gets up, drop kicks Naomi into Nia, and then it's like, hey, I get the belt. Looking pretty. Like, I got the belt, you good bitches can fight. Alright, so no cash in, another tease. Nia's just, I don't know why we're doing this, what is it, like the 4th or 5th match? It has to end. I guess you're gonna have to end it in a last woman standing match. Okay, we'll go there. But you know Tiffy's gonna win that. Obviously. Obviously. It's like we're talking to a mirror. Alright, so we get that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we get a video on Punk and Cena, basically from this past Monday, comparing them to Yin and Yang. Not Jimmy Wang Yang, but I met him too. And his nice daughter, too. I thought his daughter was older, but she's like 20... No, I thought she was younger, actually, but I think she's like maybe 30 now. Cutie patootie. Good man, Jimmy Wang Yang. Good man. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so basically comparing them to Yin and Yang, and they have been intertwined for many years. Great video package. Didn't last that long, but okay. Alright, after that, we go to Charlotte Flair taking on Chelsea Green, along with the Secret Harvest. We had Duke Drop, Piper Nevin, and Alba Fire. And the match was kind of boring. So the Secret Harvest started with a distraction early on, which allows Chelsea Green to get in a cheap shot. Charlotte kicks her way out of it, hits a high cross body for a near fall, followed by a kick to the head in the corner. And then again, Alba Fire distracts Charlotte, and Chelsea takes over again as we go to break. We come back, Charlotte chops away at Chelsea, hits a fallaway slam, then the nip up. Woo! Hey, Charlotte! And then she mocks the salute. Ooh, I don't know about doing that. You don't want to mock the salute. That's America. And for all you dumb fucks in California burning the American flag, just because you don't like Donald Trump, you get burned in hell for that shit too. And it's all basically all of it is. It's illegal immigrants from Mexico because we didn't do shit for you. Oh, somebody forgot that we actually bought Mexico and part of California. Back in the Mexican-American War. Oh, wait, who won that? It wasn't you. Which, you know, America is the #1 country in the world. Hey, I might be Italian. I love Italy to death, but still. Italy can handle itself on its own. They don't have to worry about the United States of America. Not even in World War II, they have to worry when they were facing, they were facing Hitler. Hitler just, basically fucked himself over in that war. He fucked himself over. Because everybody was like, oh, Hitler was like, oh, I'm gonna take over everybody. And, everybody else like, oh, yeah? Everybody just, fuck Germany up. Who is Germany now? Just Germany. Good beer, but, beer. Rosa still has a not hot, but, she has a big Foster's in there. She hasn't drunk yet. I'm like, She's waiting for a good time to drink it. Not tonight, though, but... She doesn't need to get drunk. I don't need to get her drunk to, lay down the pipe, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to get Rose or anybody drunk to get that. It's just common sense. It's pretty much common knowledge. I can get any girl I want without the use of alcohol, because I have such charm and good looks. But you don't, because all you use is your right hand and blow-up dolls. You say, "Oh, she's my girlfriend. I have a kid." Yeah, sure you do. Sure you do. You don't want to post it, but whatever. I care less about that. Hey, if you have a girlfriend, good for you, but still ain't as hot as other people I know. Especially my Asian chicks. Oh, but you simp for OnlyFans girls. I'm not on OnlyFans. I'm not. And even if I was, who gives a fuck? Moving on. Alright, so Charlotte mocks the salute, hits a front flip clothesline, interesting, for a near fall. Alba, again, for the third time, also distraction. I'm like, referee, do something! Do something! Do something! Referee, you idiot. Didn't even kick out Alba Fire or Dewdrop. Dewdrop didn't do anything. Just stood there looking fat! Alright, so that distraction, that gets Charlotte booted down, which allows Chelsea to hit a Rough Rider. Woo, woo, woo. You blew it for a near fall. Chelsea takes her bedazzled mask off, because she had that broken nose from Zelina Vega. Tries to unpretty her, which is countered into a spear by Charlotte for a near fall. Chelsea then gets a near fall of a small package, but then they get back up. Charlotte drops her down, locks in the figure 4 into the figure 8, and really quickly Chelsea tapped out. I'm like, damn, that quick? Alright, so Charlotte gets the win in a meaningless garbage 9.5 minutes. Garbage, filler match. And we get that 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And after the match, where's my... There it is. And after the match, the Secret Herders come in and start going to town on Charlotte. But then Miss Bliss comes in for the save, and Charlotte's like, I don't need your help! I don't even need a handshake. So, this weird angle, this feud, whatever storyline between them, I don't get. I still don't get it. Alright, moving on. Alright, there we see JC Mateo in the back. That's Jeff Cobb. Getting ready to beat the crap out of our United States champion. The man that goes, that's all gas and no brakes. I mean, Jacob fuck too. But Solo! Lee Boogie says, no. You stay in the back. I'm going to do this myself. I'm like, why? I don't even know why Jeff Cobb went over to WWE. He should have just stayed in AEW. It is what it is. Alright, so Solo comes out and calls out Jacob. So Jacob comes out to a great response from the crowd so they can clear the air. So Solo says, I'm not here for a fight because I love you, Jacob. I always have loved you. Families fight, but then they move forward. It's true. Which is what Solo wants to do. He wants to put everything in the past and move forward. And Solo's like, Jacob, you're all I ever had, and that's all I need. And he's like, I'll say it for you. I love you, Jacob. But the fans are like, bullshit, you're capping. And then Jacob thinks Solo has been using him to gain power and fight his battles, basically. And he's like, is that all this was for you, Solo? So Jacob's like, I want you to look at me while I'm speaking to you. Oh, we're getting serious now. So he says, ever since I won the U.S. title, you've been acting kind of differently. So maybe it's not me, it's the title that's the problem. Okay. So he basically lays it down, laying the line in the sand, basically, the old Terry Funk little thing. Right, Terry? You remember that stuff, Terry, line in the sand, right, Terry? Terry? I was a hardcore legend in Japan. Japan! #1! Forever! Thank you, Terry. And ever! Terry. And ever! Thank you. Terry! Cactus! What do you want, Cactus, you fucker? I just wanted to say hello, Terry. I miss you. I miss you too, Cactus. Get any of those Doritos? I think, Mikey, you didn't go to the store. God damn it, Mikey, Rick, go buy me some fucking Doritos. They're very tasty up in here in heaven. Right, Cactus? Okay. Thank you, guys. You know. I could buy some Doritos myself. Hey, Mick, what? Did you tell Mikey to get me a bag of Doritos too? I'll tell him later. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Okay. Oh, by the way, Cool Ranch. I like the original, but Cool Ranch is pretty cool too. Spicy nacho? No. That is too spicy, I say. Too spicy. Well, you don't like the spice, I say? Oh, Eddie, I love the mamacitas. They're spicy enough, but that Mexican jalapeno sauce, ese pero, it's too hot, ese, too hot. It's too hot, Eddie, too hot. I can't, I got a condition. Oh, you must not having the good sauce, ese. Well, maybe I'll come next time. I'll hang out with you. We'll have some jalapenos. Or Solanos, or not habanero. Oh, no habanero, ese. They're too hot, spicy. Oh, those habaneros. Ooh. Oh, how about the ghost peppers there, Eddie? Oh, no! You talk about heat. Not Latino heat, but, Talk about the skull level. I mean, that's how they measure heat in food, and they have all those hot peppers, like chili peppers, and you get to the ghost peppers. Hoo-hoo-hoo. You won't be breathing long. Not that I've had any, but they're really good in Britain. Oh, but I digress. Alright, blah, 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 blah. So getting a little spicy here with Solo and Jacob. So it lays the line in the sand and basically says, come fight me for the U.S. title. So Solo's like, alright. So he loads up the spike, and then Jacob shoves him down, and then JC Mateo comes in, and a little double teaming takes Jacob down, but then Jimmy, so, of all people, he comes in for the save, but he gets taken down, and he was about to get destroyed. And then Jacob has to make the real save. And then, Jimmy's looking at Jacob all weird, you actually helping me? I told you guys since a long time ago that Jacob was going to turn face and eventually join up with Roman. Whenever Roman comes back. We'll probably be at SummerSlam. Everybody's asking me, when's Roman coming back? I'm like, probably SummerSlam. This yearly SummerSlam comeback. The last couple of years he's come back at SummerSlam. Pretty much the last 4 years. So you know it's getting near July. So I think after, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at Saturday Night's Main Event he returns. Or maybe after that, leading into the weeks before SummerSlam, we might see Roman. But what would Roman even do at SummerSlam? That's the question. What if Roman did come back? What's he gonna do? Can't go after can't go after Solo, because Solo, he beat the fuck out of Solo. Got his Ulafala back. I think this Roman just comes back and says, hey, goes after John Cena. Maybe we get Cena Roman again, and Roman's beat Cena so many times I can't even count. I would love to see Cena Roman, not coming up at SummerSlam. Maybe after SummerSlam, maybe another Saturday Night's Main Event. Because it can't be, I doubt it's going to be at some, oh, maybe, well, what's the next event after SummerSlam? It's going to be Crown Jewel? Maybe Crown Jewel, like, that we supposedly seen as final match. Maybe you have Roman versus Cena one more time for the title. Roman beats Cena again. Well, that ends Cena's long, number 17 reign, and he goes back to, Massachusetts, still becomes a douchebag. But, I don't know. That's what I would do. I'd book Roman Cena one more time at Crown Jewel, and have Roman beat him again. Win the title, and go on another 15-year reign. Because you love it. Cena's reign right now hasn't been great. Promo's been epic, but as far as like the matches, they've been okay-ish to me. His match at Sunday's main event with Ron was it Ron? I forget. I think it was Ron Killings at Sunday's main event was not great. I mean, his match with Cody at Mania, it was alright. Bad ending. And then Cena Randy at Backlash was alright, bad ending. So, two out of the 3 matches he's had on pay-per-view, decent, but if he does face Cody at SummerSlam, I know it's going to be good, but I have a feeling it's going to be a really shit ending. Whether The Rock comes back, whether Roman comes back and says, "Hey, remember me, John?" I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. Alright, let's move on, because I do gotta eat something. I am hungry. So I want to eat my late lunch, and then get into the Met game coming up in a little bit. I got other things to do, too. Alright, so at Night of Champions, we got, for the U.S. title, Jacob versus Soto Mibuki. And I think that's going to be a good match. It's good not to have it on the Smackdown before Night of Champions. So, let me get that. Alright, then we get to Bronson Reed and Eli Drake with My Name is Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker at ringside. 7.5 minute match, ended in a DQ. After Bronson's Death Valley driver gets near fall, Eli fights back up, only for Braun Breaker to come in with a super spear of doom. Causes a disqualification, but that wasn't it. So after that, they beat the living hell out of Eli, and then Bronson Reed goes up and hits not 1, not 2, but 3 Tsunami. So, Eli's ribcage is pretty much like Kenny Omega's ribcage right now. He didn't spew blood, but, we did see blood in his mouth, so he did have some internal injuries, but he's going to be out for a little while. Forget that. Alright, then we get the card for next week from Saudi Arabia. Tiffy Tiff versus Nia Mahal Jax for the SmackDown Women's title in a last woman standing match. We got the Wyatts, that's Joe Gacy and Dexter and Joe Gacy taking on the Street Profits for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I hope we get a title change there, but I don't think so. We'll see. We get that. Alright, Jacob cuts a promo on Solo for Night of Champions, and he gets in his "Yamin, all gas, no brakes, yamin" line. And we get that. Alright, then we get to the main event of SmackDown. Well, it was supposed to be the main event, which didn't last that long. Cena Truth 2 Electric Boogaloo, this time not for the belt. Match was alright. It lasted almost 6 minutes. And then, Cena gets out of dodge. He's going up the ramp with the belt. Truth comes after him. And then, Cena hits Ron Killings in the head with the belt, causing a disqualification. I mean, freaking match was worthless as it was. And that was that, so that ended that. And then CM Punk comes out for the save, gets kicked, they go into the ring, they fight a little bit, and then Cena kicks him right in the balls. And then, he hits him with the belt. He goes out of the ring to grab a Slim Jim. Something to a Slim Jim! Ooh, yeah! Table. And then hits him again with the title. And then he puts Punk through the table. Yeah, puts Punk through the table with the AA. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's it. But then we got 15 minutes more of SmackDown to go. I was like, okay, what's gonna happen now? So Cena grabs the mic, he sits on the turnbuckle, and he cuts probably the most epic pipe bomb and epic promo of his career. And he, 25 years of Cena, and some of his promos have been, but this one, I think is his best promo I've ever seen. It was great. Basically, he kind of recreated the same. Well, he was on the turnbuckle and Punk was on the ramp. We'll remember 2011, so kind of reimagined the pipe bomb. So he's like, I don't hate you, Punk. You sit there uncomfortable as you could be. He's like, I don't hate you. I don't even like you. But the idea of you being the best just pisses me off. And he's like, you might be the best in the world, but you're the best at bullshitting, basically. He's like, oh shit. Alright, here we go. You're the best. You're the best at one thing. You're the best bullshitter in the world. Damn. He's like, oops, I said a curse. We're going off the rails. He's on fire. Breaking the fourth wall. Then he mentions Cesaro. He mentions, hi, Claudio Castagnoli. Hi, Nick Nemeth. Hi, Matt Cardona. How you doing? I was like, oh shit. I was going berserk. I was marking the hell out. Screaming in the frick. I was out to dinner with Rosa and my family, and we're watching SmackDown was on in the restaurant, and we could hear the whole freaking thing, and the whole freaking crowd's going, oh shit! And I'm like, what happened? Cena's coming a pipe bomb. Shit. And basically said, Punk, you've done nothing but repeat the same crap over and over and over again because you have a promo potato... He called it a promo potato salad. He said, you're not the voice of the voices anymore because you're a millionaire. Because you're a millionaire these days, or something like that. And he says, in Saudi Arabia, he'll face a different tune when he finds out that I'm the best of all time, or the greatest of all time. You were the best in the world for 7 minutes... 14 years ago. 14 years ago. Damn. And he's like, if you still think after Night of Champ, no. He's like, if I still think after Night of Champions, what happened in 2011 when he won at Money in the Bank, and then Punk left for a couple of months with the WWE title right in front of Vince. He goes, blew him a kiss, and then we all thought he was going to, bring it back to Ring of Honor or go to, AEW wasn't around back then. He was going to go back to Ring of Honor with the WWE title. I was waiting for that. Well, it never happened, obviously. So, Cena's like, it's a small world after all. Punk needs to bring his A game because the mood is about to change. Nice Taz reference. And who says WWE doesn't watch AEW? Mm-hmm. Alright, then Daphne, the referee, the African-American referee, she finally comes in to check on Punk, see if he has a pulse. And basically, she was basically in the ring to tell, how much time Cena had left. That's what all she did. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3, 5, 6. So Cena says, I won't do anything else to Punk. He's got a big title match coming up next Saturday night. And then basically says, hey, get a good shot of the champ. Then he says, hey, USA Network, you can have your extra 2.5 minutes back because I don't need the time to set off a bomb. And he says, Elvis has left the motherfucking building. I'm like, whoa! An MF bomb on the USA Network. So, BS, goddamn. I mean, what was next? Are you going to call Punk a cunt? You mean the 7 deadly sins? We need George Carlin out here. I mean, shit, fuck, Punk. Gotta call Punk a cunt next time. I mean, shit. So, that's that. So, Cena goes up the ramp and then blows us a kiss. That was the end of SmackDown. Fucking epic. Epic. And that's pretty much it. So, that ends my SmackDown review. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 out of 10 for SmackDown. I've never given SmackDown a 9 in a long time. I mean, since the Ruthless Aggression days, before I even did YouTube. But, man, this SmackDown was just epic. And now it really makes me want to watch Raw this Monday night. I can only imagine what the rating was for SmackDown this past week. This past Friday week. It had to get at least a 2. Even over that. AEW's Grand Slam Mexico got 700 and, I think it was 720 or 730. And surprisingly beat NXT, which got 600 and something thousand. So who knew? A garbage... I mean, and Grand Slam Mexico wasn't even that great, except for Hangman's Spanish promo. That was it. I mean, matches were... meh. But overall, the show was kind of flat. It still got over 700,000 views. But you know this week is going to go down the toilet. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, 9 out of 10 stars for SmackDown this past Friday night. Let me know what you guys think of the show and see this epic fucking pipe bomb. I don't even think anybody can top that. Maybe The Rock. You know, MJF just done one. Not as the level of Punk or Cena. But MJF has done one that you fucking marked the Tony Khan pipe bomb. It was really a nuke. Not a pipe bomb, but still. I think if any WWE guy does another pipe bomb, probably be Seth freaking Rollins. Or The Rock. So, I mean, we'll have to see. Probably won't be for another 14 years. Who knows? Alright, so that's it. 9 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. Leave me your thoughts down below. And that's pretty much it. So until next time, my friends, and there will be a next time. Probably later tonight. But until next time, peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your coot. And if you're not down with all that, well, I'm going to drop a pipe bomb, too. You can kiss my rosy red asses, Mahoney. Or you fuckers in Britain that don't like me, you can go kiss my Italian ass, because all you are fucking virgins. Stalking virgins, I have no balls. I don't care, keep watching me, because I'm not going to stop. For you or anybody. So, bye. Tell your girlfriends I said hello, too. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. But until next time, go fuck yourselves.